Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at mathematics, and the topic that we will be considering is reading and writing numbers. Reading and writing numbers, the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to read numbers up to 1 million and write numbers up to 1 million. Then the success criteria for the lesson is I can read numbers up to 1 million. I can write numbers in figures and words up to 1 million. And from here, we have the fact that the starter that we are going to have to start the lesson is read aloud the following numbers. Now we have three numbers to read aloud, and for that, you are going to read this number aloud. Can you read the numbers that you can see on your screen aloud? We have 24, 436, 37, 576, and 272, 875. Now, how do you read the first number aloud? As you can see, there is a comma after the first two digits, and we have the three digits. Now, to start with, if I'm to read the first number, it's 24,436. 24,436. The second number is 37,576. 37,576. And the last number we have here is 272,875. 272,875. And this is how you read the number aloud. Now, going to what we want to discuss for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to look at the following based on our objectives. And very fast, we are going to quickly erase what we have here so that we can go into details of what we have for the lesson. Now, hope you have seen what the learning objectives are and also what we have for the success criteria. Now, how can you go about write a number up to 1 million and also read a number up to 1 million? And that is our major objectives. Now, in that case, we have different ways to write number. For instance, can you see a number that is written in this way? You have 1, 3, 4, 7, 840. Now, this is a number, it's not a separate number, but I'm trying to give gap for you to recognize that a number can be written like this. Also, you can write the same number in this way: 1, 347, 840. Also, you can write the same number as 1347, 840. Now we can write it in these three way. Now looking at the first one, we have two gaps. Now the gaps is after the first three digits. The first three digits that we have is 048, there is a gap. Then we have 743, another gap, and 1. The same thing when you look at the second number. At this point, you're having 048, comma, 743, comma, and we have 1. And likewise, the third number is written without space, no gap, and no comma. Now, we can read the same number as we have written it in different forms the same way. We need to understand that we need to understand the place value of the digits that we have in the number. So, if I look at the first set of number that we have here, looking at the first set of number, this is the first set of number in 3 and another set of number in 3, and we have this a whole single number. So the first number that we have here, we can have the first number here as our want, or either want or you give it as what units. That's the place value. And we have the second number as we have it here. The second number here is the tenth. And the last number we are having here, as you can see from what we can have the last number here as 100. Now we have the same value for the first three set of number, and also the same value for the another set of three numbers. Here we have also units. Now the units we have here, I'm going to explain it. Now also here we have units or ones. Also we have here tens. We have tens in this way, and we also have 100 here. 100, as you can see. So from here, I want to explain the first three number that we have here is under 100. We have here as 100. Now the second set of three number that we have here is 1000. 1000. So when you want to read this number, and this number is also a unit, and now in million number, we have 7 digits. When you are reading a number in million, it means the number is up to 7. If I write a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when the number is up to 7 digits, we refer to that number as million. And when you count this number now, you can count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. That's in million. So the number we are having here after 1000 is in million. This is in million. So this shows that this number is in million. Now, how do you now read the number as we have it here? So we are going to start from the million, and from the million, you go to the thousand. From thousand, you come to the hundred. So if I'm to write this number in words, I'm going to have it in word this way. Now, if I'm going to write it in word, it's going to be 1 million. 1 million, a comma. Then the next set of three numbers, which is in thousand, I'm going to read it together. That's 347. That's why I say this is in hundred, this is in tens, and this is units. 347. So I'm going to write that also in word. 300, 347. Also another comma. Then we have now the next three set of number is in hundred, and we are reading it together as well. 840, and that's going to be 840. So that is how you read the number, and that's how you write the number. You've been able to read the number by grouping the number into three groups, and from there you are going to assign the number that's for the first set of three groups, starting from your right hand side is going to be 100, and you are moving from right to left. You are reading the number, you are identifying the number from right to left, and when you are reading, you are reading from the left to the right. So this is, you are grouping it at this point as three numbers, starting from the right and moving towards the left, and 3 3 in that way. But when you are reading actually in this direction. That means you are moving from your left and you are reading to the right. And as you can see, the way we have demonstrated this here. Now, the same thing we are going to do for the second number is the same number, but it is now the way it is being presented. In some text, you will have it without comma, and some will put space. And when the number is written together, for clarity, it's better you identify the number so that you won't make mistake. Like this number, you can simply identify it as 3, and the next number in 3, and this also will be in 3, but you're having 1, which is now million. So you can see the three numbers that we have here. As you can see, 840, and this is 347, and we have 1. So when you are reading it together, you are taking it from the million. And that's why I say you are starting from the left and you are moving towards the right direction. And from there, you should be able to read every number correctly. So we are going to consider another example very fast before you have your text and exercise to work on. So quickly, I'm going to also erase the board. Let's see, and let's try to understand what you are doing. Remember, you are talking about the topic reading and writing numbers. Now we are looking at the learning objective that shows how to write and read a number up to million. So we have some other numbers that we can use as an example to be able to identify how you can read a number up to a million. Now I have this number for us to also work with. This is 3, 4, 82, and 735. Now the number has also been grouped for us with a gap in between the three set of number. You can see that you have your number and there's a gap in between. Now the gap is just to be able to separate the number according to what I said. This is 100 followed by 1000, and this is followed by million. So you're having only number 1 digit in the million here, and you are going to start reading from the million in the right direction. So from here we have your unit, like we said earlier on. This is where we have the units, or you have it as ones, and here we have your tenth, and here we have your hundred. Now all these that we have here are still under hundred. So we have the same thing for this is also tenth, and let me have this this is also tenth. We have tenth here, we have units here, that was ones. We have the next number as tenth, and we have the next number as hundred. And this also, everything here is still under thousand. It's under thousand, and we have the million here. We have this for million. So if you want to read this number aloud for us, this is 3,482,735. 3,482,735. And simply you can write that out in words. And when you are doing that, you want to write the number out in words. Like I said, we have 3 million, 3 million, and we have 400 and 400 and 82,735. And 35. So that's how you write the numbers up to 1 million. Now you can see that we'll be able to explain how a number can be identified by the place value, and how we can use the knowledge of the place value to read a number up to 1 million, and also to write a number up to 1 million. So if you are given also a number in words, and you want to write the number also in figures, just like what we said, now we can actually use this as, let me give an example. we have one example on that to determine or to explain that. And the example is we have 6 million 972,120. Now, how do you write this in figure? As we have 6 million. Now, million has 7 digits and 6 zeros. So I want to quickly demonstrate how to write this with the space I'm having here. So let's see how we write that in figure. We have been given in words. How do you write it in figure? Now, the first number we have there is 6 million. So you have your 6 and you have your 0000000 in million. 900, that's 900,000. We have your 900,000, and let's have that this way. Oh, this one is still 000. We have this as 900, then 1000, and we have 72. 72 can come in here. 72. Then we have the next one as 120. 120. That's 100, and we have 20 and 20. Now you can look at everything together, and in so doing, we are going to get our answer clear this way. That means this is 0 and this is 2. This is 1. We have your 2 here. We have your 7. We have a 9, and we have 6. So from here you can see that we've been able to write the number from words to figure. That's 6,972,120. You can see how we can write a number from figure to words and also from words to figure, and that is what we are to observe, and that's what our learning objective is talking about. And you can see we have some exercises here that we can work on. So we have exercises. Now the first exercise that we have here is write the following. Write the following in words. So we have the first one as 2,736,482, and the second one is 1,927,443. So let's see how we can write this number in figure and you write it in words. This number is given in figures and you want to write it in words. So lay your hands on this and try to solve this question.